Never leaving the house. All right, so Yarok Field. For those that haven't been super familiar, I'm actually going to have a full primer on this deck going up on Cool Stuff Inc. later this week. I'm not sure exactly what day I need to ping my editor and find out, but someday before. In fact, is it up already? Let's find out. Let's double check. I should have checked this morning. Look at that. It was published today. So there is a full primer, including sideboard guide on Cool Stuff Inc. now. Enjoy. So it's live. It's live now. One thing I kind of want to try today that I've been kind of thinking about is I made an offhand comment about trying Thought Erasure over these growth spirals, and I kind of want to give that a go. While accelerating is really nice with this deck to trigger your Field of the Dead sooner, growth spiral's been what I would refer to as like a replacement level card a lot of the time. It's never good, it's never bad. And Thought Erasure can be a really key piece of disruption sometimes, so I want to see how that feels in some of these matchups, I think. As a teenager, I couldn't wait to leave a house. As a man only a few years younger from Jeff, the days I don't have to leave my house are a direct gift from the God Eternals. Yep. Yeah, Sand sounds great. There is a stampede of engineers. It's an interesting descriptor. Drawing the Shockland here is great because it means I get to curve Thought Erasure into a 3-drop really nicely here. Looks like vampires. For people that don't like playing against vampires, I've got bad news for you. The MPL Weekly posted all of their deck lists for their first round of play, and there were 75% of the decks that were posted were vampires lists. So you're probably going to see a lot of this on the ladder for people that are just looking to be spikes. Did I play WoW? I did not play WoW growing up. I did not have any extra really spending money, so we played Magic very casually, and like even paying the 10 or 15 bucks a month or whatever what it was for WoW was like outside of what I had as a teenager. Yeah, we played Guild Wars. Guild Wars did not have a monthly fee, which was great. All right, my opponent's timer is ticking down. Do you think... Actually, I think we're disconnected. I'm going to reconnect here really quick. Because there's nothing on the screen that should be causing my opponent to hold priority there. We're going to, like, come back and just going to skip through our turn. Yep, we were totally disconnected. I can hear the rope going down. Maybe? Nope. Weird. Why is it paused for them? I don't understand. What? Nothing on their board has an activation, right? Oh, attack step. Duh. Yeah, totally paused for their attack step. Yeah, they must be disconnected and paused for their attack step. That makes sense. So, they missed 1 point of damage. I think leaving this forest here is fine, because it means regardless of which land this hits, I get to cast Cavalier on 5, which is nice. Blast Zone is an excellent hit here. Alright, so... I think it's correct to play Cavalier of Thorns here. Because if Cavalier hits a land I don't already have, like this, then next turn I can play field, make a 2/2 crack Blast Zone. Yeah, Cavalier starts blocking, which is great. So in combat this turn, I can go this eats here, this chumps here, take 2. And then we go, next turn we go field, make a blocker, Blast Zone cleans up these 2. Yeah, I think I'm between this and black-red for the MCQ next weekend. Depends on if I want to aggro people or not, basically. I've seen this in some configurations. They're basically playing it to flip this more consistently early. The games where you flip this early are, like, really strong. Yeah, I think after playing Feather yesterday and remembering how bad its Nexus matchup is, I'm off that one for the weekend. And I think I'd rather Blast Zone than play Risen Reef this turn, because this costs 3 to crack. So I think I'm just passing here. And then next turn, I can play field, make a zombie. Oh, crap. That's so unlucky. We drew our 3rd basic. So I don't have... I was going to say I could make 2 zombies with this, but I actually can't. That's really unfortunate. I think I'm in for Rejuvenator here. If I'm lucky, this Rejuvenator can find another Field of the Dead. Red Rover, let the vampires come over. We're probably dead here. They drew 9 extra cards. I don't know what you want. What you want from me? Oh, that was a punt. Should have done this in response. This is a good play by the opponent. It was well sequenced, and this is 9, which means I'm dead to this next turn. This is a matchup where both Thought Erasure and Growth Spile are pretty whatever, so we're probably gonna cut that. Need to bring in a bunch of cheap interaction. Cut the Nexus and the Tamiyo. Relatively clean sideboarding here. If I tried Massacre Girl in this matchup, I've not. I don't think this matchup's that bad. Like we were on the draw that game, and my opponent flipped their first fort on 3. Well, this deck doesn't have the combo in it, so cutting Nexus is always fine. The Vampire deck is great. The MPL Weekly just posted their deck list for the first week or 2 weeks or whatever, and it was 75% Vampires. And those players are trying to win. Vampires is probably one of the best decks in this format. One of, if not the best. I'm just going to play the tap land here rather than the swamp, because I think now they know about the Noxious Grafts, they're less likely to play something out that dies to it. Or we're just going to get dressed again. Hey, that was a good draw. The old draw the running, draw the cards that they duressed away from us. Peak magic right there. Peak magic. Yeah, you probably incidentally have a lot of the lands in this deck just from. Am I cranking this up? I think I'm not, actually. I think I want to leave that to be able to kill their vampire. And I could have drawn 2 cards with Memorial to Genius this turn, but doing that means I won't start making Field of the Dead tokens next turn, so I think I want to start making Field of the Deads. Ooh, that's a good suggestion. I should have done that in case I drew Cav. Yeah, that's a good suggestion, Tumos. So, opponent did not have a very good draw this game. To go to game 3, we'll be on the draw. Get to Memorial Genius, pick up 2 cards here. You got it? I don't think I'm trophying this. I'm pretty sure we can just kill this inside of combat, so we'll save the trophies for the next threat. I mean, we're basically playing a modern deck. Our deck is basically Valakut. We're difficult to interact with, so yeah, they need disruption with their, or pressure with their disruption for sure. And, like, this is such a good example, like, cards like Legion Dens are just, like, not as good against us as they are against the other Scapeshift decks. Our deck's just, like, rebuilds the zombies very quickly a lot of the time. Yeah, just, like, want to keep their Sorin alive. I honestly wouldn't be surprised if they have another Legion's End in their hand. Because, like, their deck doesn't play that many lands. You know, I actually, thinking they could have another Legion's End, I'm actually just going to play the Arch of Orazca here, rather than play this and make an extra zombie, because I'd rather just start drawing extra cards this turn, I think. Wow, they boarded in a lot of interaction. I'm sorry, which figure was that? Think you stuttered. What card were they looking to draw off Arc there? Arboreal Grazer is a card I could cast and put the other Field of Dead into play that turn. You think my opponent either overboarded there, or they kept a mediocre hand? It could have been a mix of the two, honestly. I feel like Cast Down's not a card that should be in their deck post board in a matchup like this. I saw a recent deck that ran Soul Diviner in the sideboard for the mirror match and used it to remove counters from blast zones. What are your thoughts? I think with one blast zone, that's really narrow. I think this deck is great. This is one of the 2 decks I'm considering playing for the Mythic Championship qualifier next weekend. I actually don't think Duress is that good against this mob. I mean, if they put us on Scapeshift, Duress is whatever. But, like, cards like Duress just aren't super good against this build compared to, like, the banned Scapeshift decks. This hand would love a Disfigure or an Arboreal Grazer, but turn 4 Cavalier, sure. They ran 3 Blast Zones. There's not room for 3 Blast Zones in this mana base. Am I going to stream the MCQ? Yeah, I'll probably stream it on a delay. Trophy's a good draw. That's a great card to have on top. For Disfigure is the truth, the light, and the word, chat. For Disfigure is the truth, the light, and the word. If you're playing a black mid-range or control deck in this format, put 4 Disfigures in your deck. Not optional. So I want to play this rather than this, because this way if I find a non-green land with this, I can still cast Cavalier next turn. No blocks. How greedy is it to Risen Reef here? Nothing but net, chat. Nothing but net. I mean, you don't really want to trophy them here, though. That block was silly. I don't really want to trophy them because they're missing land drops. Tasty, tasty. Oh, no. Punished. Punished. Should have played the Field of Ruin. Should have played the Field of Ruin and left an Overgrown Tomb up. Is this a concession to res? Feels like a concession to res. Man, that duress card seems really bad. You like cast it and then you scoop the game. That's weird. That's weird. Why would people play that card? I'm not sure I understand. I need to figure out what a called shot emote looks like. We actually have an emote slot since we deleted the Tempo Storm one. So we have 43 emote slots on the channel. So I don't know what a called shot. It's hard to translate called shot in the emote sizing. The Virtuous J, thank you for the 7 months of support. I appreciate that. Welcome back. A dab emote is pretty easy to translate. Yes, what's it called? July was my last month with Tempo Storm. We're a free agent again, chat. Of course you can get a timeout, go read. I've heard you say a bunch that ladder games shouldn't influence your choice in comp RL deck. So how do you go about evaluating deck? Simply your own gameplay. Yeah, there's a lot of what goes into Magic is just talking about theory stuff. Teams kicking your door down? No, not really. Being one of the biggest Magic streamers is like kind of a low bar when you think about it, because like Magic compared to a lot of these other games just isn't that big. Is the brutal truth about it. I'm a reasonable man, Jin. I would switch platforms for 7 figures, okay? Don't let the record reflect that I am not unreasonable. Facebook, Mixer, 7 figures, I'm your man. That's all I'm saying. Get that. Let the Grazer get in there. Tell him we mean business. Yeah, the mana efficiency is really important. It depends on where the 6 figures is at, Niv. Because, like, the long and short of it is, in the long term, you're hurting your career, the career of streaming, by changing to a smaller platform. The potential for your ceiling is much lower on a smaller platform than it is on Twitch. It's just the long and short of it. Hey, Axe, thanks for the 5 months of support there. You also don't get people's Bezo bucks. You don't get the Bezo bucks when you're not on Twitch, and Bezo bucks add up. Yeah, this is only our second match with Thought Erasure, and we boarded it out against vampires. Jeff probably likes people actually watching his stream, yep. Yeah, Ninja hit 1 million subs with Microsoft giving everyone a free sub that followed him. It's actually higher than that, Jin. It's like 40 to 60% actually. Oh no! They bounced my Yarok, chat! Oh no! Alright, well, we're through most of our deck without a Field of the Dead. A little bit punished for not taking Assassin's Trophy. We get to Erasure them next turn, which is nice. We probably want to Erasure post-Cavalier, though, right? Because I want to Surveil to impact my draw step for next turn. Ooh, that's pretty good. And then I can play this, which triggers that. And then I can do this. Oh, I should have waited because this could have gotten a second Field of Dead, right? Not punished. All right, show me all secrets. Scape Shift, Hydro increases. All right, well, we'll take the Scape Shift. Ark's an interesting one, because I kind of have enough mana to start activating this thing, right? I think I keep that, huh? I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. This will be 13 mana. We might get fielded this turn, but if they're fielding me, they're not Hydrate Crasising me, so like 6 in one hand, half dozen in the other. This is game 1, yep. You can always tell which game we're in by looking at the little pips here at the top and the bottom. So if these are both black and these are both black and neither are filled in, we're in the first game. Wow, just a baby creases. Weird. It says reach. Why would you do that? I feel like not fielding me there is a pretty big mistake. Am I supposed to Cavalier first in case I hit a... Yeah, I think I'm supposed to Cavalier first because I can hit a second Field of the Dead. Although I guess this risks binning my basics. How many basics are in my deck still? Still 2. Oh, I bottomed an island. Good call. And then I think... Do I want to get rid of their Field of Ruin or their Field of Dead? I think I want to get rid of their Field of the Dead. Yeah, taking Blast Zone to 3 is probably not unreasonable here either. Now, I want to hold on to the Disfigure for now, I think. Sure.
Stand by and watch. Goes nothing.
Oh, it all makes sense now, chat. It all makes sense now. That the baby crisis suddenly makes a lot of sense. Huh? I'm gonna get Thought Erasure and a Yarok here, I think. One, two, three, four, five, six, seven, eight. So I can draw with this. And then I can Thought Erasure. Take this. Bin that. Play Yarok. Make 4 zombies. Gain 2 life.
Might be a bad idea.
So they have 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So they can make it 6/6 Graces here. How do we feel about that one? Yeah, there's a lot of manual tapping in this deck.
You just let me know if you're up for round 2.
So this, I can cast this and still crank Blast Zone to 2. I can't play Disfigure at instant speed because there's a Teferi in play. Because Teferi says I'm playing Hearthstone, not Magic. So no, I should not have attacked with the Yarok. And just for people that are just coming in, they cast Time Wipe 2 turns ago. They cast Time Wipe 2 turns ago. Don't know about you, but I'm feeling 22. Yeah, and they cleared us with Deputy before that, too. Alright, we have another time wipe. Nope, but they're trying to find one. Or maybe they have one. Well, they already have a Crisis to pick back up. Why would they? If they had one, they would have played it first, right? Yeah. So they have a Deputy detention? Sure. So are they dead? I feel like the math says they're dead. They have 6, 7, 8, 9 blockers. I have 25 attackers. So they're going to take 28 currently. Yep. Feels good, man. Feels good. Disfigure and Arboreal Grazer get cut here. Bring in a Noxious Grass. Call it a day. I think that's the plan. Worth noting that Thought Erasure was good that game. We Thought Erasure to Escape Shift. That would have given them a lot of power and would have made the game a little bit more awkward for us. Like, we might have been able to, why not Assassin's Trophy Grasp? Because Assassin's Trophy kills their Fields of the Dead. And sometimes they play a field before you can ego them, so you want to be able to trophy a field that's in play. It also kills their various utility lands. Also, yeah, that covers all of it. Yeah, covers it. All right. Oh, we also thought Erasure Deputy. Yeah, that's true. Why no Ceratops? Instead of me telling you you're wrong, tell me why you're right. What problem do you think we have in this matchup that's solved by adding Ceratops to my deck? Yeah, I agree, Jay. For people that are just coming in, I had a full primer on this deck with sideboarding notes posted on coolstuffinc.com today. You find that at bit.ly/Google article for short. I'll give you all my articles. I don't write every week anymore, but when I feel like I have something to say, it goes up on Cool Stuff Inc. still, because they're great. They left me an open invitation to just write whenever I have something to say. We cut the growth spirals. Yeah, Mono Blue's probably, I don't know how Mono Blue goes. It wasn't close for who, Big Z Wine? I could see that going either way. I feel like we have pretty okay tools there. So now I have to decide with this Thought Erasure drawn. Do I want to play a tap Memorial to guarantee a 3-drop next turn? Or do I want to play Swamp and Thought Erasure them this turn? I think I would have mulliganed that. Now this hand's fine. This isn't a matchup that's about racing. I just want to hit my land drops. And like, have a little bit of acceleration. I don't need a fast hand in this matchup. The problem with erasuring them here is it gives them a window to use their mana if they have a counterspell. So I think I'd rather just play my tap land and not give them a chance to, like, veto me here. Happy to support a non-violent video game, or else I may pick up a rifle. God, our president is dumb. I mean, anybody who's heard him open his mouth knows that he's dumb, right? Thanks for the support as always, Tyve. That's the best way for you to produce written content, right? I assume the money isn't exactly the same. You're not just churning out word vomit tweet quota. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, well, when I'm only writing when I have something to say, I'm guaranteed to produce high quality articles every week, basically, or every time I write. I need more black mana here, right? So I'm gonna grab the Temple of Malady. Any reason on Elvish versus Risen? That's a good question. So the reason why I played the Elvish Rejuvenator is because Rejuvenator gave me the highest probability of playing a of playing both of these spells this turn, and obviously I missed, but if my Rejuvenator found like a shock land, I would have been able to play Hinterland Harbor and then cast Thought Erasure this turn as well. Isn't mulliganing in this deck akin to mulling for Leyline in Modern? We have good slam dunk cards for matchup. We should mull closed hands without it. I don't think so. I also don't think this matchup, like, I don't think you need Unmoored Ego to be competitive in this matchup either. The real reason to play Arcade Adaptation is to make our 30 to 50 zombies into feral hog zombies. Oh, that's, thank you. Thank you. I needed that today. I appreciate you. Oh no, how will we ever beat a time wipe, chat? I keep that there. So if I put this into play, it triggers this field, and then I do this and I get 2 more. And this might honestly get them to time wipe. My board's like pretty good. Yeah, exactly. If they don't time wipe, next turn we get to, like, make some zombies, and then, like, Nexus of Fate.
No, I am not making this up as I go.
There's, like, getting rid of our Risen Reef? Sure. Gonna make you regret that decision. Alright, so if I attack, they block a 2/2. They take 7, 8, they go to 11. And then I attack again, they block a 2/2 and they die? I think they're dead. I'm not a Nexus expert by any means, but I think the cheeky Nexus is enough to win the game here, right? And this is why the Nexus have been good too. Like, it just prevents you from decking and you're randomly just like, here's my Nexus of Fate. Alright, kill you. They did not see Nexus last game. GG! And like, even if they had time wiped, like, they're still probably dead, right? Like, they wouldn't have died this turn cycle, but they almost certainly weren't winning the game. I think the Banscape Shift matchup is, like, really good for this deck. And Thought Erasure definitely made it better, I think. I think it was good before, and Thought Erasure made it better. We're only a week into this ranked format, Jin, so there's probably a good chance there aren't that many people in Mythic yet. I think Tamiyo's a lot better than Jace. I don't think Jace is worth playing. Tamiyo, think of Tamiyo as Cavalier number 5. It's like a card that rebuys our stuff that we want to play again. Hey, Savriel, thanks for the year of great content. Thanks for the year of support. Welcome to the Knights of Hoaglandia. Let's get you a sword to go with that shield. Hey, C4 de Bomb. Welcome with the brand new Prime Sport. I appreciate that. Welcome. And Meet Wad. Meet WOD. Welcome as well. There's a lot of great people you can send that to every month. Thanks for keeping me around with it. Twitch Prime pays my mortgage. Alright, so would I rather get a Scry in, or would I rather get the Field of the Dead down guaranteed in case we hit some good rips and then can trigger it? I think I'd rather get the Field of the Dead down. The upside on if this hits a land and then this hits a land the turn after, like, there's pretty high upside there. Now that's the punishment for playing the field that is I drew a basic, but so I had to shock here still. Okay, sweet. So we're taking 5 on this combat step down to 12, but then I'm getting to deploy Yarok, which is a lifelinker, which is nice. All right, if we run exceptionally hot and hit 2 lands in a row that aren't already in play, we get to take this game over. Only a little bit hot. It is worth noting that if this was Growth Spiral, we'd be better off here, right? Because getting extra zombies next turn would be really good. Yarok being lifelink is absurdly relevant. If I block here, I end up at 6. If I block here, I end up at 6. I think that's okay. Because I'm not dead to another Sanctum Seeker with that block. I think I start with this and see where we go. That's a hand. Attack with Yarok, drop the second one is not a terrible suggestion, honestly. I maybe should have done that. Because this has lifelink, and we'd have possibly gotten more lands. Have another land, because I'm a giver. That's weird. Their land didn't make them 2/2s. Can anybody fill me in? Why do you think my opponent doesn't have lands that make 2/2s? Think it's a conscious decision on their part? So I'm gonna decline putting this one into play because I want to play it from my hand so I can cast the second Yarok. Because this one doesn't make me pay life to put it into play. So I think I'm cashing this in as like a gain 3 here, basically. We have 41 cards in our deck. We got plenty of cards. And we have a Nexus of Fate. This is game 1. You're basically never decking against the vampire deck. It's not even something you should consider. Should have attacked with the 2/2s? Nah. It's fine. Whee! I have to discard to hand size? That's pretty unlucky. Just the unluckiest. Alright, so we got the Thought Erasures. We cut the Tamiyo, we cut the Nexus of Fate, we board in the Disfigures, the Noxious Grasps, and an Assassin's Trophy. Easy, easy in, easy out. Nice and clean. We know what we want to be doing and how we want to be doing it. Gosh, this deck would kill for a Corsair Crew fix. This deck would kill for a Corsair Crew fix. Yeah, this deck's a lot of fun. There's probably a good chance I end up playing this one just because grinding people out's a good time. This deck's definitely a pretty good feel smart deck too. You get a lot of choices that you get to make. The tiebreaker is I'll probably make a point to play a bunch of games with this and red-black against vampires before the MCQ, and whichever of these decks feels like it's more consistent against vampires is probably the one I'll end up playing. I think this is a keep. I don't know what I want to put on the bottom, though. No, there's no way we bin the Grazer. Grazer is basically a removal spell. I think it's a land or a Disfigure. I think it's either Island or Disfigure. There were a lot of judge calls around Corsair's power. I think it might be the Disfigure and just like hope to draw some bombs. I think I like throwing the Disfigure back. I don't know, that could go either way. They're gonna play a Vanguard here. It's actually pretty good for us. They spent their turn doing that. Green source or black source, please. If we get to untap with this Reef, God, that's their play again. That's so good for us. I don't prioritize it showing that ad, but it ends up being it a lot of the time. I don't think I can go to 3 here. I think I need to stay above 3. Hey, Cage Unit, thank you for the brand new tier 1 sub. I appreciate that. Welcome to Hoaglandia. So, I think we just Yarok next turn. I guess if I draw a land, we might Cavalier of Thorns. Sorry, untapped land. I think we just do. I'm actually still pretty far off from that doing anything, right? I guess that's not strictly true, because I'm going to get to Cavalier of Thorns next turn. I have 1, 2, 3, 4. This will be my 5th differently named land. I've won too much with this deck to not sub. Well, I'm glad you're enjoying it. It is a lot of fun. I think I'm leaving that there. I think I'm playing this. Yeah, because this gives me land number 7. So this lets me... 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, yeah, I have 5. Sorry, yeah, you're right. You're right. I have 5. I have 5. Totally skipped over one of them. If they can kill Yarok here, we're probably dead. If they can't kill Yarok, I think we're in an incredibly good spot. Because I get to play field, play Cavalier, play trophy next turn. And this is usually how these games on the draw feel like they go. You need like a window of breathing room where you're like, don't have it this turn and I'm good to go. And then they either have it and you're dead, or they don't have it and you get to take over. And then thankfully we won game 1, so if they do have it here, we're gonna get to take the next game on the play. Sweet. Alright, they didn't have it. Should be good. Because now, once I get to untap, I have trophy to kill the Sanctum Seeker. So now that I've untapped and get to kill the Sanctum Seeker, I need to turn off auto stacking my triggers. Wow, that's really unfortunate. Well, auto-order triggered abilities might have just gotten me there. I was a little greedy to take the first field with the Yarok in play. I guess I should have just guaranteed taking it, but like, only finding fields on the next 2 triggers is like, pretty unlikely. So I got a little bit greedy there and I got punished. If they have a removal spell, it's not fine. If they have 2 removal spells, it's really not fine. You can't trophy your own things. I also need to trophy the Sanctum Seeker. Yeah, because if they have Sorin here, they probably go wide enough to protect it, and now I don't have zombies to kill the Sorin, because I'm dead to 2 Sorin activations. And like, if I'd have hit another land, we'd have made enough zombies there to probably have them dead this turn. If they don't have any reach or removal, though, we're more than fine. Because next turn I get to, like, double trigger this, double trigger this. I'd actually really love a life gain land here. A life gain land would gain me 2, which will put me up to 7. So, I'm actually going to decline and put this one in my hand. And the reason for this is I'm going to pass here because the way they get back into this game is Legion's End. So I just want to play around. I want to be able to rebuild post Legion's End. So they're going to Legion's End me here. Yeah, that's fine. Zombies will BRB. Triggers. Alright, so we're looking for... Oh, I boarded out Nexus, right? I wonder if we get punished for boarding out Nexus here. Now I'm gonna keep that one. That sounds great. Are we gonna lose to milling out? I hope not. I don't think so. Oh, yeah, Disfigure counters Legion's End. Yeah, it does. Yeah, it does. All right, all in. I'm gonna hold on to the other one here still. But that's fine. We've made it back to the part of our deck that we had scried to the bottom previously. So they need to have Duress plus Legion's End or double Legion's End here. $30 to 50 feral zombies was enough. Opponent should seek some advice on Twitter on how to deal with 30 to 50 feral zombies. Onward, upwards, backward, forward. Let's do one more with this before we slide on into some blue-white skies. Famous last words, neighbor. Famous last words for sure. Don't need a second swamp here. Next turn we get to go Drowned Catacomb, Thought Erasure, Arboreal Grazer. Another vampire matchup. Good. I think there's gonna be a lot of vampires in the ladder today, I would bet. Oh geez, is that gonna be a turn? Is that gonna be a turn 3 Cavalier? Turn 3 Cavalier is like pretty good. Worth noting, Thought Erasure is better than... Thought Erasure is definitely better than, what's it called, would be here, right? Growth Spiral. Is it crazy to take their Champion of Dusk here? I guess there could be merit to taking this because it breaks up their curve. Yeah, our 5/6 just gums up the board other than Knight. The problem is this gasses them up and they could go wide around us. They're still kind of far away from Champion doing anything. I think because they're far enough away from Champion, I'm going to leave that one. So unfortunately, I have 2 of the same land in play right now. I like that taking Champion breaks up their curve here nicely too, because they can't go 2+1 this turn. Just gonna cash this in as a gain 3. This is my 3/5. There are many like it, but this one has lifelink. Alright, they're gonna get to draw some cards here. Tamiyo post Cavalier is pretty good. Cavalier, like, tutors a bunch of things into the bin here, effectively. Is it crazy to attack with Yarok here? It's probably crazy. They could pay 8. So if I attack with Yarok, they could pay 8 and trade this for it. Is that a worthwhile exchange? Next turn, I can Tamiyo, pick back up Rejuvenator, play Rejuvenator. I feel like that's probably not worth it. I have 7 mana right now, so next turn I Tamiyo, pick Rejuvenator, play Rejuvenator, double trigger it. TF3193, thank you for the brand new Prime support. I appreciate that. There's a lot of great people making a lot of great stuff on Twitch right now. Thanks for supporting mine this month with that.
Let us have a storied battle worth retelling.
I think I just want Rejuvenator.
I have learned much from my ancestors.
Yeah, Bob, it does a lot. It does a lot for a little. And it doubles up your Field of the Dead triggers. It just does a lot of what you're interested in doing. The fact that it's lifelink helps you stabilize a lot of these boards too in a nice way. Some of these decks have main deck Legion's End. If they're not one of them, this game is over. We're at a high enough life total that they're not winning without a main deck Legion's End. All right, what am I Tamiyo plussing for next turn? I think it's Cavalier of Thorns. Oh, I haven't played a Reef yet, have I? Yeah, Reef is Cavalier's a little bit higher ceiling, but Reef is there's more of in my deck, right? You can also Thought Erasure to start. I can Thought Erasure and name whatever I see with Thought Erasure. Actually, I should have kept that, right? Because I could Risen Reef into it. I don't think it matters. I think we're gonna build our own adventure book from here. Don't do it, they have a family. Gosh, no lands. We're so unlucky, chat. Just the unluckiest, really. Thumbs up for Cheeky Nexus, chat. Thumbs up for Cheeky Nexus. Cheeky Nexus, best Nexus. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. All right. Sideboarding, easy peasy as always. Easy come, easy go. I've been playing Yarok as a commander. Thank you for reminding me to put Field of the Dead in my deck. Yep. I think Yarok Field is better than the Bant version. Yeah, I do. I think, well, let me rephrase. I think in a format where people are expecting Field of the Dead to see play, this version is better because it recovers much better against the hate cards that are good against Field of the Dead. I think if you're playing in a field where no one's expecting Field of the Dead to exist, the Bant version's probably better. But I think, like, in a heads-up format where people, like, understand that this is a part of the format they need to be ready to, there's enough hate cards in this format that I'd rather be playing this. This was a good draw. Means this comes into play untapped, so I can play Trophy on 2, this on 3. Although now I kind of have to decide, do I want to... Because I obviously can't Trophy this, right? So, like, do I want to hold up Trophy to maybe Trophy a Sorin on 3? I'm not sure that I do. Because if I play a tapped land here, next turn I play this off a swamp, and then I have a guaranteed untapped land for this, which is really nice. Yeah, I guess that's true. If they don't play a good thing here, I'm like in a really good spot. Yeah, I think that's fair. I could also just like draw some lands, right? Am I killing the 4/4 or am I killing Sorin? I think I'm killing the 4/4, right? 4/4 or Sorin. 4/4 or Sorin. If I kill a 4/4, they draw one less card. I guess the 4/4 doesn't matter in the face of Cavalier, right? It's gonna get 1 or 2 attacks in though, which that's a lot of damage. I think it's the 4/4. I think I'm killing the 4/4 because I'm not playing Cavalier for a minimum of 2 turns. It might be 3 turns. Sorin does not beat us in the long run. We beat everything in the long run. Our deck is the much better late game deck in a matchup like this. Looking for an untapped green source. Thought Erasure Overgrowth Spirals felt good. I think I like that change. I don't know. We'll play it. We'll try it again. We only played 4 matches today, and neither of those cards are good against vampires. We played mostly against vampires. The one match we played where we kept Thought Erasure in our deck, it felt reasonable. I think I have to bottom that. Think we're dead here. Maybe I should have mulliganed this hand. I'd believe that. I should have mulliganed this hand. Alright. Game 3 on the play. If we really wanted to hedge vampires with this deck, we could play Cry. But I don't know that this matchup is really that hard. You can see, like, the 3rd Noxious and the 4th Ceratops being 2 Cry in the sideboard. Yeah, hey, Shadow Rail, thanks for the 19 months. Yeah, I guess Golden Demise is fair, because then you could play it in the mirror match. Golden Demise is pretty good in the Field of the Dead Mirror. There aren't really that many people playing Judith or Aristocrats in general. The sand's great. Needs to draw some lands, but my deck has 29 lands in it, so let's go. Yeah, Golden Demise has a lot of flexibility, though. The fact that it's, like, decent in the mirror is reasonable as well. In fact, the fact that Golden Demise is reasonable in the mirror could mean that I would like to... I could cut an Unmoored Ego for a Golden Demise. Ceratops is just really good against Esper because you want more threats because they're going to be Unmoored Egoing you most of the time. Yeah, if you wanted extra hate for Feather, I think that's a good choice, Clipsy. I think I want a Grasp here rather than Disfigure. The mana efficiency on this later could be important. This also kills black threats in a Danto Vanguard. Yeah, not only do you not want to really hold up Veil of Summer Unbanned Twin, but you also just want to kill them. The thing that really matters the most, in the Esper matchup is them being able to command the Dreadhorde U, and Ceratops pressures their health totals, so they can't command the Dreadhorde U as efficiently. So I think the things you lose to, Scrylands are good in every deck. They're excellent in here, though. You're not wrong. Alright, so I'm not entirely convinced that this is better than Growth Spiral, but I'm not unconvinced either, so we're going to play more games with that. I think putting some amount of Goldens in our sideboard to get some games against vampires and possibly the mirror is probably not unreasonable. I think like trimming and ego. Is three on this overkill? 3 might be overkill. We'll get to like 2. I don't know. I kind of like picking apart Bandscape Shift too. There's one Cerulean Drake in here. Might also be some nonsense. It's possible this could be something else. People really aren't playing Mono Red anymore. This might be better. It's just anything else. I don't even think your Mono Red matchup is that terrible with Yarok. Like Cavalier of Thorns blocks very well. Yeah, Golden Demise is fine there as well. Yeah, Drake is fine versus Feather. So like, do I keep the Noxious Grasp then? It seems, maybe we'll try, I think we'll try this next time. We're gonna get Golden Demise in the sideboard. So every day for Standard between now and the event next Saturday on the 17th, I'm gonna be playing Black Red Aristocrats or Yarok Field as one of the 3 decks for the day. So that way I can get some repetition of them and figure out which of those 2 I want to play for that tournament. So if you're a fan of those 2 decks, you're gonna be able to find those on YouTube or streamed live every single day here, but for the next